Hi everybody, welcome to Jenna's Stitches. My name is Jenna. This is going to be my second video here on this channel. This channel is going to be all crochet and crochet related things, yarny related things. And I figured this video I'd show you all of my furls collection. So I do have quite a few Odyssey hooks, which are the metal ones. And I have quite a bit of the furl streamline hooks as well. So I figured I'd just show my collection. I do primarily use only furls. It's been quite a while since I've actually even used a different kind of hook. I was making a sweater recently and I was using a E, and I don't have an E in furls, so I had to use one of my clover hooks, I believe. And that's the only time in probably close to a year that I've used any other hook besides furls. I do have a full set of the Clover Amours. They are great hooks, great quality, great crocheting, but I just prefer the furls more. I also have a full set of the Tulip Edamos. Honestly, even since I got them, I haven't really used them that much. I still preferred the clovers over those. And then I prefer the furls over both. So I spent a lot of money on those and haven't really got much use out of them. I think I used the scissors in the kit that it came in more than anything. And then I have some of the smaller brands too. Like I have a full set of the Boyd ergonomic crochet hooks that my husband got me for Christmas. And then just some random hooks mixed in. But again, I primarily only use my furl hooks. I have had some issues with quality, and when I show you the hooks, I'll tell you which ones I've had to get replaced and everything, but I still love the hooks themselves. Now, my first furls, I cannot remember when I got it, but I had it for probably about a year and a half before I got any more, and I did not like that hook. I just could not get used to it. It slowed my stitching down. I couldn't figure out where to hold it so that it wasn't pulling the stitches. And it just really deterred me from it. So I don't really know what made me get more. I can't remember, other than they were having a bundle sale. So it was like get 3 for a price and get 5 for a cheaper price. And I ended up getting 5. Still don't really know what made me buy them because I just did not like that first hook so much, but I'm glad I did because now they are the only hooks I use. I do like the fact that the handles are a little bit more bulky than other crochet hooks. So now going back to like the thinner ones is just really hard to use for me since I've been using furls so much. And interesting enough, when I first started using the furls, I preferred my Odysseys over my Streamlines. And now I barely touch my Odysseys, and I always use my Streamlines. So I don't really know why that change happened, but it did. So I'm going to show my Odysseys first. The first one I have is this navy blue one in the size G. The second one I have is this pink one. It's probably my favorite one, to be honest. My sticker fell off. One of my biggest complaints about the Odysseys is that they are, $36 a piece, and there's no way of knowing what size these are other than a sticker on the bottom. For paying so much money for something and only having a sticker is a little bit ridiculous, but it is what it is. I have used this hook a lot since I've gotten it. I actually had to have this one replaced. I completely forgot about it. Back to this one really quick. This is my second one of the navy in the size G. My first one, the head bent while I was crocheting and all the paint around it chipped off and was snagging and ripping my yarn, so they did replace this one for me. Completely forgot that this one was also replaced too. When I first got it, it wasn't even a week after having it, and there was a whole section probably right down here missing paint, and as I was using it, more paint was coming off, which again, $36 and there's paint chipping off of it. Wasn't too happy, so I completely forgot I've had this one replaced too. But I have used this one a lot. I make a lot of the Hooked on Sunshine blankets. I will have a video showcasing all the blankets I've made, so you'll see most of them. Some of them were gifts. And if you're familiar with Hooked on Sunshine at all, They are pretty intricate blankets with a lot of different stitch patterns throughout the blanket. And I think I made all of them except for one with this hook. So I get that the sticker would fall off. But again, for $36, there should be a different way of knowing what size they are other than a sticker. I kind of have it memorized, like what colors, what size, but I'm sure at some time I'm not going to remember that, and it's going to suck. So that's my G+. Then we go up to my H, which is this pretty lime green color. I love the sparkle in this one. Then I have two eyes, and the two eyes I have right now are not even my original eyes. So the very first furls I got was, I think it's turquoise, and it was a rose gold plated neck and head. They don't even sell those anymore. They still have the color, but they don't even do the rose gold anymore. So I paid even more than $36 for that one. And I had a similar issue with that one that I had with my G, where the rose gold plating was coming off and it was chipping and getting stuck on my yarn and tearing my yarn, and I had to have it replaced. So this was my replacement for it. They were out of the turquoise color, so this is the one I went with instead. And I just love the sparkle in this one too. This one, I'm not really much of a blue fan, but I would say it's definitely my favorite sparkle. The sparkle in it is like greenish and pink monochrome. And then my second eye I recently got is the mint one. This color is the latest color that they released in Odysseys, to my knowledge, unless they released one in the last few weeks and I'm not aware of it. And I had all the sizes that I needed that they had in stock. I think they only had like a P and maybe like an N or an M, and I honestly don't ever use those hooks that big. So I went with another I, since I do use an I quite a bit. With my crocheting, I do tend to use smaller yarns. DK weights are my favorite, and then I would say probably a 4 weight and then down to a 2 and a 1. I don't generally care for bulky yarns. I do use the number 5 bulky sometimes. Honestly, just don't like working with it, and I don't really ever go higher than a 5. I do have some of like jumbo yarn, never even touched it. I own it, but I probably won't ever use it. I just prefer the smaller yarns, so I do prefer smaller hooks because of that too. So I use primarily my G's more than anything, but then I would say my H's and I's are right in there too. My next one is my J, which is this purple color. I don't know if I've ever even used this one, to be honest. And then the last one I have of the Odysseys is this pretty peach color, and this is a K. Again, I don't really use any of the bigger yarns, so I don't really have a need to go any bigger than a K, especially in my Odysseys. I do want to get some of the smaller sizes, because my smallest, as you saw, was a G. So I would like to get some of the smaller sizes in them, because they don't make them in the Streamlines. And I do have to use them. Like I mentioned, I was making a sweater with a size E. I had to use a different hook because I don't have one in the Odysseys. So I would like to get some of those. I do apologize. My son just crawled under the table, so you might hear him. But those are all my Odysseys. I don't think I'll ever get bigger than the K. Maybe an L. But I honestly probably would never use it, so I don't really feel the need to spend the money on it. But I know there's a few other colors I want, so I do want to maybe get the smaller sizes. I definitely want the iris one, but it's been sold out ever since they made it. Then I have all my Streamlines, and I actually have more Streamlines than I do the Odysseys, probably because they're cheaper, and like I said, I do actually use these more than anything now. And we will start with my G, because that is the smallest one they have, and I believe, I might not be right, but I believe that's the smallest they make in the Streamlines. So this is my G. I'm not entirely sure if I will be correct with all the names, but I believe this one is Virgo. Out of all my streamlines, this is probably my least favorite, just because it is the flat greens and there's no like pearlescence in it at all. I think almost all the other ones do have it. And I don't know, that flat green is just not that appealing to me. I do really like this like bright yellow right here mixed with the darker greens, but like this huge chunk of this flat green is just unappealing to me. So this is probably my least favorite. Then I have two G pluses. Again, it's probably one of my most used sizes. So I did buy two. And I have this one, which I believe is Taurus. Again, I'm not entirely sure, but this is a G plus. So it is mainly this pearlescent navy bluish color with the seafoamy green and pink throughout it. I do have a small complaint about this colorway that I will get to after I show them all. So that's my first G plus, and then my second one I did mention in my first video. So if you watched my first video, I am making a mosaic crochet blanket for my brother, and I'm making it with white, black, and gray big twist yarn, and this is the hook I'm using to make it. I just think it's kind of cool that the hook matches the yarn. This is the cookies and cream, again in G plus. I think the fact that this is like a flat white with swirls like throughout it doesn't really bother me that it's flat white, and I think it's just very appealing compared to the green one. So that's my second G plus. Then my H is Pisces. This one kind of makes me sad. So my first Pisces, this is the second I had to get, and I actually have a story about this one. My first one was gorgeous. It was, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. Like the head of this is almost see-through light blue, and the swirls in my original were so much prettier than just this like whitish silver in the middle. My first one was absolutely gorgeous. So when I got this, I was very disappointed. Funny story about this, I had to have them replace it. Had a little bit of an argument with them when replacing it, just because they made it kind of seem like it was my fault that the hook broke. But they did replace it, and then my mailman lost it. He swears he delivered it. I literally walked right outside after he left my porch. I had yarn delivered that day as well as this, and the yarn was sitting there and the hook was not. I talked to the supervisor at the post office who said it probably blew away. I don't know how the yarn wouldn't have blown away and my hook did, but never got it. I don't know what they did with it, but I never got it. So I paid for this. Furls did say if I didn't get it within 30 days, they would send me a replacement. But they were already sending me a replacement, and it's not their fault that my post carrier lost it. So I just bought a new one. I actually got it on May the 4th, so they were on sale. It was like buy 3, get 1 free, I think. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But I didn't think it was their problem to replace it again for something that was obviously my mail carrier's fault, because the tracking said it was delivered and it was not. The next one is my eye hook, which is Aries. I also had to have this one replaced. It was right after the H hook, so I didn't even contact customer service. I just purchased it again. So when the May the 4th sale happened where it was buy 3, get 1 free, I just purchased it again instead of contacting them. Yes, it broke. They should have replaced it, but I wasn't going through the hassle again. My first Aries was definitely prettier. I do still like this one quite a bit. I myself am an Aries, which is why I got it in I, because that's just your like standard run-of-the-mill size that a lot of people use. I really love this part right here. If you can see it while I twirl it, it's very pearlescent. I do like it, but my first one was just much prettier. Then my J is, and this is where I'm not really sure what the name is. I believe this one is Supernova. I might be wrong. but I believe that is what it is. And this one's probably my favorite. If you can see it as I twirl it, it's just so sparkly and pearlescent. And I like that the head is almost see-through with that pearlescent in it. That is how my first Pisces was. Like, it was navy, but it was almost see-through with the pearlescent all the way through it. So my complaint I had about my Taurus, the G+, is that these are almost identical, except one space is blue and one space is purple. And when you look at them online, at least to me, they don't look like it. I really did not expect to get two hooks with the same pattern throughout them, at least color-wise, with just different colors of the body. So they both have that pink and green throughout them. One's purple, one's blue. And it really doesn't look like that online in the pictures. And I know they're all handmade, and I know they all differ from each other, which is clear. I've gotten a few replaced, and they look nothing like my originals. Just kind of weird that they're so close to each other, especially purple and blue. Like, if I set those down next to each other, it's really apparent on camera, but if I set them down next to each other, it's kind of hard to tell which one's which because they're so similar. So that was my J, the Andromeda. Oh, I forgot to show you my other eye. I actually have two eyes. Again, on May the 4th, I got a second eye just because I didn't really need any bigger than I have. And they don't go any smaller. And this is one color I didn't have. So I got the, I think it's Cafe. So this is my second eye hook. So I have two eyes in both the Odysseys and the Streamlines. I don't know why I really, really like this one. I'm not a brown and white fan at all. Like, neither color really appealed to me, but there's something just I love about this hook. So next is my K, and this is in Solar Flare. I do really like this hook. It is gorgeous. Like, orange and yellows are just so pretty. But I was kind of disheartened when I got it because the pictures online and what I was seeing everybody else get are that pretty, like, see-through pearlescent that my Supernova is in this color, and it was so pretty. And then I got it, and it's just like flat oranges and yellows. Again, it's still gorgeous. I just wish it was more sparkly. I actually might get another Solar Flare in a different size just to see if I can get like that aesthetic that I'm looking for. But that's that one. And that was my K. So my L is the Pride hook. They did just release a glitter Pride hook within the last couple of days, I believe, which I definitely want to get. Again, I'm not really a fan of the flat colors. So as much as I do like this hook, and I'm glad I could support Pride, I just don't really care for it too much because it's all flat colors. When I saw the glitter one, I was really excited. So I actually might get it in an L just so I have them both in the same size. And then I have my M. I did go a little bit bigger with the Streamlines. I am working on a blanket. I didn't show it because honestly, I haven't worked on it in months. It is made with the Caron Anniversary Cakes. And again, I just don't really like the bulky yarn, so I don't really want to work on that blanket. And I was having trouble finding a hook that I didn't feel like I was pulling the yarn with. So I did get an M, and then I have an N as well that I'll show in just a second. For the purpose of that blanket. Plus I wanted the colors. So this one is in Andromeda. I just absolutely love this one because of how that pearlescent is. Like, if they all look like that in their colorway, I would just be so happy. And I just think the mixture of the colors is so unique. Like the orange, the white, and the baby blue. You would never think it would look good together. But I love this one. Never really use it because, again, I don't really like bigger yarns, and I had to get an N because even with this one I felt like I was pulling too much and my arms were getting tired working on it. So it just sits there and looks pretty most of the time, but it's gorgeous. It's probably honestly my favorite one. I know I said that about one of the other ones, but this one's my favorite. And then the last one is Aquarius. And I just adore this one too. There is a little bit of sparkle pearlescent in it, but not much, which honestly, because of the swirl in it, I'm okay with. Would I like it to be more pearlescent? Absolutely. There is actually a lot of glitter right in here. You can see it a little bit. But I love the swirl in it, and it definitely fits its name. To me, it just looks like water with waves, and that is perfect for Aquarius. I know I had a few people say it looked like the sky with clouds, but I think once you know the name of it, you definitely see the water with waves. So those are all my furls. I do plan on getting more. Like I said, I do want at least kind of one of each color. There's a few colors of the Odysseys I might not get. Like, I don't really want a white one. Don't really want a black one. But there's, like, yellow that I want. I want the iris that recently came out. I do want to get a turquoise again since mine broke and they were out of stock. And then as far as the Odysseys, or the Streamlines go, I think I'm only missing cherry at this point. And I do want to get it. I just don't really need a P, so I might have to get another duplicate. And I do want to get the Streamline metal one that came out last week or the week before. So it is this style, this shape, but it is solid metal. They are really pretty looking, so I definitely want to get my hands on one of those, but I did see that they were all sold out when I was on the website yesterday. So that is all my furls hooks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you all next time. Thank you.